This needs to stop by Numi.
Hey, sorry for the serious video here, but I need to talk about some things that have been brought to my attention regarding some of the videos that I've been seeing pop up on YouTube nowadays.
Sure.
The clipping community, I think, is one of the most important parts of the streaming ecosystem, as many people don't have the time to watch through a whole stream and like to see general highlights and clips of their favorite streamers when they have the time. There are different things that cause a streamer to get more attention, and in my case, getting clips from a few clippers back in the day really helped people find out about me. Yeah, I had my own stuff and my own personality that really helped boost me, but back then, I didn't push on YouTube. And those clippers ended up bringing a lot of really great viewers to my streams that I know are still around in my community today. The fans, while they aren't the streamer, are still a really huge part in the image that's being shown to everybody. They say that the community reflects the streamer, and I would definitely say that's true.
Yeah.
My mod team, my friends, and everyone I interact with, and just how I act in general, is a really big part in shaping my community. It directly influences them and the way that they act and the way that they deal with other people. But also
I will say, I think this is 100% true. If you have a chat that is willing to throw around, I don't know, slurs, harass and bully each other, talks about specific subjects that maybe not everyone wants to talk about, I do think that that is a reflection of the streamer. And that's why when we talk about, well, this person said this, is this allowable? Yes, no. If somebody comes in and starts absolutely bullying someone else, you're getting banned. Zero tolerance for bullying and harassment for all intents and purposes, right? If you have a Discord and the first thing that I see is because this is actually something that somebody talked to me recently, where someone had a news and politics section in their Discord, and it was just becoming an absolute flame war. I mean, that does, for all intents and purposes, if left unchecked, become a reflection of the streamer. And that's why you have your mod team. That's why you have the streamer crack down on stuff like that. In regards to my own experience, everyone that I have with a mod role is an extension, should be considered as an extension of me, and generally is a very intelligent individual. At the end of the day, if I say something and they say, that's not how that works, they're generally able to back it up with logic, citations, facts, and figures, right? That's the kind of people that I surround myself with, and thus kind of spreads out to the community. If I were to say something along the lines of, well, the United States Marine Corps was founded in 1870, I'm going to have somebody go, that's cap, my guy. Try like 1775, but here's my source on this. That's the kind of community I want to cultivate, right? There's people with different specialties, different knowledge, and we're able to have that citation. We're able to improve each other's understanding collectively. So I 100% agree with that.
it's the same way for the viewers. Oftentimes you learn about a streamer from a friend, a tweet, a TikTok, or in this case, a clip.
Sure.
They're really good clippers that help you learn about the streamer, and then they're the ones that are pretty disrespectful.
Okay.
I've never had a huge problem with clips because I've been fortunate enough to have really kind fans and respectful ones that run these accounts and listen to my boundaries and would delete clips or rename things if it was ever getting to a point that would make me feel uncomfortable in any way. But recently, there have been a numerous amount of these channels popping up that have been so incredibly gross to see that it's been putting off not only me, but my community and communities adjacent. These people are doing this by mass producing these extremely misleading clickbaity videos that oftentimes have nothing to do with the actual content being shown. Actually, I would like to say that pretty much every single video that we have seen has been extremely misleading or clickbaity and having nothing to do with the title or the thumbnail at hand. Let me show you what I mean. Here's just an example of one of the accounts that I've been seeing lately. This is one of the channels that I was always making fun of because the titles were so stupid and misleading and just completely untrue. Then we saw this one. And then we saw this one. And then we saw this one. This account was brought to my mod's attention via a ticket in our Discord server. And as you can see, the content is very obviously uploaded with the intent to mislead viewers.
So the issue that I run into this is actually the same issue that comes down to React content. So at the end of the day, right, there are individuals who don't want their content reacted to. And that's fine. You respect their boundaries. It's why I habitually will continue to say, I don't react to Terminal Montage. I have the receipts. I don't react to CoffeeZilla in full. I have the receipts. I don't react to Kyle Hill. I have to go find the receipt again for that. But I'm not someone who has a specialty in science who Kyle Hill feels comfortable having a conversation about. This isn't to disparage these creators. This is to say I don't react to these creators for a specific purpose because they don't want to. Now, if you, and this is more, I think, from my dad's generation. If it's on the internet, I mean, it's fair use, right? We know legally that's not the case, right? Whether that's going to be using 3 to 7 or 8 seconds of a song, which can be copyrighted, whether that's uploading the entirety of, say, a Marvel movie to YouTube and it getting strikes, right? Like, I mean, there's different things, right? Like, there's actual legal reasons between fair use and stuff like that. But even outside of fair use, right? I'm not really looked kindly upon because all I do is react content for all intents and purposes, right? And that's fine. I know at the end of the day, I am doing it as ethically as I can. I ask when I physically can. There's a lot of cases recently where I haven't asked, but at the same time, I'm also open to if someone needs me to take a video down, I'll just do it. And the same thing comes with clippers, right? If we're going to look at it from anything, look at it more along the lens of react content, especially if it's someone else making the clips. It is disingenuous to react to a video and add nothing to the video. If I reacted to this Numi's video at 12 minutes 33 seconds and I ended at 12 minutes 55 seconds, that's just a re-upload. Kip, you're better than this. And you would be absolutely correct. If you're going to upload a clip about Numi, Drunk Numi's confessions about this, I mean, is it true? Yes, no. Or is it going to be defamatory or misleading? Especially if a clip is taken out of context, right? Like, this is, in fact, an issue, especially if it's not respecting boundaries. So at that point, it comes down to what is the moral and ethical thing to do? Do you use your copyright tool? Are you able to issue, potential takedown requests? Especially what if you reach out, right? So, for example, what if I just didn't care? What if someone I listed didn't want me reacting to their content? I reacted to their content anyways. They asked me to take it down, but I'm like, nah. You can issue a takedown request. I think that's being disingenuous, and I think that's being arguably a dick, if you will. So this needs to be treated with the same respect. You should be respecting the original creator. In the realm of, well, clippers, because they are necessary for an ecosystem. Absolutely, I'm sure that my popularity would skyrocket if I had a clipper channel. Probably. It's just one of those you look at, and it becomes a very weedy argument. Even though it is necessary for a lot of people and does help out with metrics, when this is handled in a I don't care, hands-off kind of way, this does, in fact, skew. And honestly, here's my bias. I've definitely come across Clipper channels that I didn't know were Clipper channels. Because I've come across titles and videos just like this, and I personally have been put off from viewing certain streamers because of it. That's not necessarily fair to the streamer because it's an out-of-context thing. It's, scrolling through feed, I don't necessarily look at every single video, right? I look for very specific videos that I want to watch, but if I see something along the lines of like Drunk Numi and why she'll be single forever, I need a boyfriend, assuming she said something on stream, assuming this is maybe girl talk with maybe like Lucy Pyre, Cottontail, something like that, I'm gonna go watch like a video on science and particles, neutrinos and stuff, right? Spend my time doing something that I want to do. And it's a really interesting thing to think about if that's out of context or this is unfair to the creator, this becomes an issue. And I right here encapsulate the issue with clippers taping things out of context, where it will drive me away from somebody because it's just LewTuber thing. I don't want to necessarily see LewTuber thing. Or if somebody did like Numi, but is like, well, wow, Numi's going pretty ham into that LewTuber arc when that's not what's happening. Allegedly, that's not what's happening, right? That becomes a problem.
I understand that a lot of people have a deep interest in a streamer's personal life for some reason, even though me, myself, I'm pretty open about a lot. And despite that, people still want to know more about their sexual stuff or my actual personal relationship.
It's the parasocialism and hyperfixation. That's all it is. Just ignore it,
I guess. And because of that, passerbys would go by, see clips like this, and look at these titles and be like, what the hell? And click on them.
Yep.
Because they're clickbaity titles, right? You can agree with that. Just judging by this, you can already tell it's not like any normal clip you would see of a fan that actually likes me and my content. I need a boyfriend. I want to fuck. I like hard sex.
Numi dropped that hard F. Wow. Like I'm any better. Dude, I swear like a sailor. I remember I have to like tone myself down. Like I would fit very well in a bar on the Marine Corps birthday. Let's put it that way. Not that I'm a civilian, obviously. I'd fit very well. I toned myself down for you, chat.
Drunk Numi on reason why she will be single forever. Drunk Numi is in need of a man. Drunk Numi's confession about hard sex. Numi is trying to fuck Buff so hard. And then you go ahead and you click on one of these videos.
You lean into this. I'm really right now. I had 2 buzz balls. White Claw, bro.
Immediately, you can tell the subtitles are inaccurate in talking about balls, like a man's genitalia, and not the fact that I'm just drinking a buzzball, an alcoholic beverage during one.
Is that not what that? Yeah, drinking a buzzball, like alcoholic beverage. Really? That's bad.
My streams. I feel him.
My life, bro. My life, bro.
I said, bro. But the subtitles say, I feel him.
This is bad.
Numi is really in need of a man, and it's from a collab with me, Neuro, and Evil.
So adorable when you're angry.
Oh my god.
Please yell some more.
I don't want to yell.
You know what?
What?
I've been trying to figure out what it is. I thought it was her mic. There's a light buzzing in the background. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's audio pollution, environment, or if that's just my driver going whack. I don't know what it is. There's this slight buzz.
I'm quaking and shaking right now at your anger. Maybe you do have a bit of a fight in you.
Amazing.
So honestly, just by looking at this video for a couple seconds, you know that this does not at all match the title of the video, nor does it match the thumbnail. It's clickbait. Numi is not single anymore, which obviously is not true. Numi goes viral.
I feel that, bro. People be like, I haven't been in a relationship in 6 months, and I'm just like, oh yeah. How many years has it been? When do I get my when do I get my gray beard? When do I get my wizard hat? Right? Was it 40-year-old virgin or something like that? I need to actually watch the movie. Something about if you become 40, you can become a wizard. But unfortunately, I don't have that criteria because no one tells you it can be bad. Let's put it that way. Man, I miss becoming a wizard. Can I get my V card back? I want to become a wizard when I hit 40.
Her sex on Mountain Truth will shock you.
That's AI.
I don't recall ever having sex on a mountain or sex at all, but go off, I guess. You'll notice immediately on these videos that the comments are usually very negative. They're complaining about the fact that these videos do not match the title or the thumbnail. The content doesn't match because it's obviously misleading and it's pissing people off. Posting clickbait is how you get your kneecaps destroyed. These are the comments under the video called Numi is trying to fuck Buff so hard. And of course, that's not at all what I'm talking about in the video. And then you look at the comments, in which part of these whole 4-minute clips does Numi try to fuck Buff Pup? This is such a clickbait. This is so clickbait. How are your subtitles so inaccurate? Maybe learn some English. Maybe she's using speech recognition software to generate the caption. It's AI generated crap. So this brings something else to the table here. All of these videos have the same kind of format, a very, very misleading title, a very, very misleading thumbnail, with the top having the same exact layout of text, something extremely erotic, NSFW, just something that you wouldn't or shouldn't be looking at on YouTube. I like hard sex. I want to screw.
This reads like tabloid culture, right? Like this reads like, well, what is Mark Hamill doing? What is Gwyneth Paltrow doing at whatever? What is insert celebrity here, right? This feels like tabloid paparazzi misinformation. Like this reads exactly like that.
Sex. I love balls. you guys are free to clip that if you want, whatever the fuck. Because at least this is something that I'm actually saying. Something that me and my mods and my team have found out is that, yes, a common theme on videos like this, from this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel, and this channel. We realized when we looked at the More button, there's the About page. And you'll find that if you go to the About page on every single one of these channels, even the one with no videos, they all share a similar AI-generated description about their profile and their...
But yeah, let's talk about how React content's the scum of the platform, especially when there's creators who absolutely are the difference, who advocate, yeah, let's actually pause and react to videos. But no, let's continue to not have the conversation about how AI slop is not a problem. Let's continue to have a conversation about how, well, clearly, this can literally happen to any female VTuber, and all these allegations are made, and it'll drive people away or drive people to you for the wrong reason, and thus causing a rift in your community. No, let's not talk about this. Let's continue to talk about React content's bad. Let's not talk about how this negatively affects people who are the target of this. Weird, right?
Page. It's all very similar, and then made us realize, oh, this is likely all ran by the same exact person.
Probably.
And the same exact person is using AI generated stuff to create this content. I mean, look at the profile picture and the banner. This is AI generated. And then you look and then you see it's the same exact way that they're doing everything, because they're probably aware of the fact that these new accounts that they're making are likely going to get demonetized or taken off. So they just make a new one. They're making a bunch to capitalize off of this as much as they can. And
there was a time when getting banned from YouTube negatively affected you. Because, if I get banned, right, specifically, say, copyright strikes, right, it's why I'm very cautious and why I'm very cautious to roll out new reactions, because I want to make sure I'm respecting the original creator, but sometimes the original creator doesn't like reactions, right? That's a completely valid point to have. If I got 20 copyright strikes tomorrow and I got banned off the platform and it was upheld, I can't come back to the platform. But we can have EDP 445 come back to the platform 20 times after getting account after account deleted. Bro, what bans used to mean something. I don't know. I try to be above board as much as possible and respectful as much as possible. It's depressing. It's depressing that this is a thing.
Know that it's bad enough that they're going after me, but they're also going after my friends like Lucy, like Lily, with completely misleading titles and completely misleading videos that have
that's actually a good point. I haven't watched Lucy Pyre in a hot minute because of these specific clips like this. Because once again, I'm like, oh yeah, this person's on their LootTube arc. Love Lucy Pyre. Loved her Final Fantasy 14 content. Nothing against Lucy Pyre, I assure you. I'm like, oh yeah, there's that going ham into that LootTuber arc. Gonna go watch I don't know, Simon Whistler or something. Watch Factboy talk to me about Amazon reviews. Yeah, that's interesting. That is my actual real-time feedback on how this can actually negatively affect someone and also potentially force them into a specific content. Yeah, that's a problem.
Nothing to do with what's actually being talked about. Content aside, these kind of titles shouldn't even be on YouTube in the first place.
No.
How are these allowed?
No.
And then you go over and then you look and you sit here wondering to yourself, how is this kind of stuff allowed? Surely YouTube is going to be taking down this kind of content, right? But then you go over and look at one of my friends' accounts and notice that their ASMR account has been taken down. They deny her appeal when all she's doing is ASMR. Just looking down at the comments, you're going to see how upset people are by the clickbait titles. They're going to complain and dislike it, but then you're also going to see a few people assume that I'm the one posting them.
As it turns out, engagement is anything, positive, negative, or neutral. Saying a video is absolute trash is still engagement for the video. It's why I've historically said, if you have a problem with React content, why are you watching me? Go watch the original video. You are creating your own problem, but also furthering the video's outreach. You see how that works contrary? You think it's a big gotcha moment, but in fact just helps the video. So watching a video like this and commenting, trash, rather than ignoring the video, can actually increase its outreach, which is a really weird catch-22 to think about.
That it's an actual fan posting them. It's not only giving off the impression that I'm misleading viewers, but this content in general is just overtly sexual and just untrue. One could argue that because I make offhand dirty comments on my stream, it would make sense for these videos to come up, which I know is a common theme with some of my videos regarding the games I play or the jokes that I make about my favorite anime characters and my lackluster love life. But I digress.
It's just, sure, out of context, someone says, man, would love Sasuke Uchiha to rail me. Sure, okay, the comment happens. You don't hyperfixate and clickbait the heck out of it. It's also offhand comments. Look, I have hi sad boy. I have a number of conversations with some military. And some military have some pretty dark sense of humor, right? I obviously have to keep myself above board in some aspects and engage rarely with dark humor, but at the same time, it's when you're with your buddies or when you're talking about the dark humor happens, the funny jokes happen, the lewd jokes happen, right? Like, to completely take that out of context becomes a problem, especially when you're pushing it in a format like this, especially when you are misconstruing the end result, like misconstruing the actual original creator.
The difference between that and misleading viewers in such a harmful way with content that would lead viewers to believing something that isn't real. Even if people feel a certain way about me, when these videos become more popular, these accounts realize that they can profit off of these kinds of videos and just do the same exact thing, but with other streamers and other YouTubers and other VTubers. And this stuff is just gonna get worse and worse. And unfortunately, we put on the algorithm and deter viewers from looking at actual content of me or other streamers and build up this perception that this is how we are, when that's never really the case at all. It's also really interesting to know how these titles even slide in the first place. People can argue this and that or whatever on YouTube, but on my streams on Twitch, they're set to 18 and up because I'm aware of how bad my potty mouth is or how dirty my jokes can be. I'm so fortunate with my
Relatable
community that most of them can look at these videos and know that this isn't true because they actually watch my videos. But then there are going to be these people that want to get to know me or want to get to know some other streamer that's getting put on the spot like this and get the wrong impression of them. And it kind of sucks. It really sucks. I have an audience that's well aware of me and my personality so that it won't affect me as severely as it could affect other channels that likely depend on clips to be known out there. They don't have as much reach. And it sucks. It sucks that that's a thing. And it sucks that these channels are coming up. And I really just wanted to make this video to just showcase how silly these videos are and these channels are. These stupid AI-generated channels made by these people who can lie about being a fan to hide their true intent of wanting to profit and monetize off of these poor viewers who have no idea about their streamer that they're watching. And
so this does become, once again, this coincides with the React channel argument pretty hard, right? At the end of the day, so a fix to this, could be simply, unless you are a vetted clip channel by Numi, or you are a vetted channel by said streamer, right? Cool. Like, what is it? Like Shy Lily Clips, right? Like actual, like, yeah, this is the official, like, Shy Lily Clips channel, right? And you work with the streamer, getting exclusive access to those clips, for use of clipping channel, right? Sure. I mean, that could be a fix. I think you start running into, especially if you say do React content, right? Like say the streamer were to do React content, reacting to, like Numi reacts to, I don't know, Maxor, right? There might be some people that might run into some contention in regards to, well, you yourself limit who can react to what in regards to you, or you are discouraging people using your own content but using other people's content, so there can be a perceived conflict of interest by your user base. Generally, if they watch you, generally they'll pretty know, right? They'll know just fine. I mean, at the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. Like I said, I'm very picky with who I react to. I talk about a lot of serious stuff, but stuff like this pops up into my feed, and I feel it's important to signal boost. Absolutely. Numi or someone representative of Numi tomorrow could come down after this video goes live and you are not an authorized Numi clip channel. You're not authorized to react to Numi's content. Please take this video down, regardless if my intentions are good or not. And that's just a reality that we face. At the end of the day, I do my best to be ethical because I know there are people like these clip channels, like other reactors, who I've seen who are just not that ethical. They don't have that drive for morals and ethics like I do. I put myself under so many layers of morals and ethics that it's exhausting. It's tiring. So I think that this definitely goes hand in hand with React content in certain ways. I think there's some parallels that you could draw from this. And ultimately, it's clearly having an adverse effect on the actual creators, right? Like, imagine if a clipping channel just started tomorrow, and everything that I did was just out of context, like 18 plus jokes, right? Is that necessarily fair? And then they come to my stream and they go, yeah, hey, I saw you say this thing. I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean flared head? I don't understand what you're talking about, bro. We're talking about science today. We're laughing at whatever this is. Well, not this video specifically, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it can be misleading. And the big thing comes down to respect. And clearly there is not being respect shown by these other channels, whether they're AI or not. I don't have enough information to really distinguish. I don't really have enough information to make the this is AI or this isn't AI. So I will hold my opinion on that specifically. But at the end of the day, it's clearly causing distress to not just Numi but other people as well. We either collectively say, this is dumb, stop this, and try to put an end to this, and be respectful of each other, or we enter a thing where it becomes that, oh, you must be vetted to use any clips, right? Like, if I were to use a single Numi clip under this new system, right? It'd be, if you wanted to use a single clip by Numi, you must be vetted by Numi. You must have express written or typed permission by Numi herself or some representative of Numi legally to be able to use clips, right? That's a world no one wants to be in. It sucks. It's dumb. That's how you go tit for tat for content and views really quick, and it becomes a really depressing sphere. So, yeah, like sheer absolute lack of respect and disregard. Lack of morals and ethics. These channels do need to stop. Will they? Probably not, but it's why we react to things like this that are clearly problems that do need to get talked about. I'm not trying to earn clout. I'm not trying to earn bonus and brownie points with, ooh, Numi, notice me. Bro, she's a large VTuber. It ain't happening. What I can say is that I do feel strongly about things like this, especially when something is just morally and ethically bankrupt. If it's wrong... And you know it's wrong, but it still happens, you call out the thing that's wrong. Not because there's any semblance of a reward or getting clout off of it, but because it's wrong and it's the right thing to do.
Like I said, I'm really lucky because I know that I have my own content. I have a bunch of channels that even if they don't get as many views or this or that, I know that it's reaching my audience and they're getting to know me and know that, yeah, I'm silly. I make dirty jokes sometimes. I'm goofy. I'm a girl failure, but I'm also somebody who does other things. Yeah. And I know that's the case with so many other people that are streaming. And people could say like, oh, you deserve this. You deserve that. But you would hate if people would make up all of this fake shit about you too. It's not a matter of this or that. It's a matter of what's real and what isn't. If you're gonna,
it's a matter of principle and respect. Sure, be a girl failure. Sure, make dirty jokes. You're allowed to. You're a human being. This is a clear sign of disrespect. That's what these channels are. This is just absolute personified disrespect.
Do a clickbaity gooner title. Shouldn't it actually be a real fucking gooner thing? Jesus Christ. What? Yeah. If you're going to do something like that, do it like my Azure Lane video with the big feet in the background. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I just hope that making a video like this will help bring to light how fucked up these channels can be. And if you do see these channels, to try your best to report them and get rid of them. I'm hoping that by making a video like this, we can all kind of band together every kind of community of somebody that's been affected by this, that we can all come together and we can mass report these accounts. You can bring up a menu and you can report the image or the title. You can report it for sexual content or spam or misleading content. And then hopefully, if enough of us band together with this, we can try our best to take down these accounts and hopefully help make the VTubing clipping sphere just a little bit more bearable. And I'm really sorry that I had to make something like this, but I think complaining about it on streams isn't going to do any good because those aren't the things that are going to get clipped anyway. And I guess the best way to go about it is to just talk to you like this and say, hey, that stuff is not me. Those videos are very misleading and they're preying on you and your view to benefit them. And if you guys want actual good clippers or actual good content, there are incredible viewers of my community and my friends' communities who post just really good clips of me and my friends or a bunch of other streamers that you know and love. They are out there. They're good. They're great. They are not AI. And they're doing so with the intent of helping the clipping ecosystem, helping you guys find the streamer that you like or the Oshi that you like, without making you go, what? There's no way this is real, when most of the time it isn't. Thank you guys. Thanks for listening if you made it to the end of this. And let's do our best to make a beautiful community this 2025. Love you guys. Bye.
Not necessarily a fan of the call to action. However, personally, I would have worded it along the lines of like, if you do see this as an issue, I mean, these options do exist. You can report this for sexual content and or spam or misleading. That is something that you can do versus go and do this. I mean, I think we're arguing semantics at this point. I mean, that's nothing against Numi specifically. That's just like an actual, like how I choose to do things versus other people choose to do things. But clearly it's enough of a problem that you can genuinely hear the hurt Numi's voice. Like, this shouldn't happen. We should be respectful. I've tried to do things other than React content. I'm very aware that my soul. What do you do? What is my purpose? You do React content. Oh my God. Yeah, it's pretty much that entire in effect, right? I talk about things. I commentate on things. Nothing else seems to take off, and that's fine. So thus, I become intimately aware about the morals and ethics surrounding React content, and thus bleeding into subjects like this. The morals and ethics surrounding this. And I owe Numi an apology. I owe Lucy Pyre an apology because I very specifically have avoided content of theirs because these clickbait clips, I'm just like, oh yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense. This makes sense that, they would say something like this, just girl talk, not into it. I'm gonna go watch science about black holes or something like that, or watch the economics of Australia, and that's especially when that's not necessarily reflective of the actual creator. So I do owe Lucy Pyre and I do owe Numi both an apology for avoiding videos strictly because of out of context stuff like this. With me personally, you have to understand there's a lot of lewd-tubers. There's a lot of lewd stuff on the internet. Allegedly there's a lot of lewd stuff on the internet. I don't need more of it. Rather spend my time doing some interesting things, looking at some interesting videos, whether they be history, economics, stuff like that. And it just falls really low in my priorities to watch things like this. However, yeah, if you do come across something that you do feel is misleading, if you do come across something that is clearly made in bad faith, there is a report function that does exist on YouTube. You are able to report something in regards to harassment, spam, misleading, sexual content, specifically in regards to things that do pop onto YouTube, right? Things like less than clothed yoga that pops up every now and again. You do retain the right to report videos. That is something that you do retain, and you should feel empowered, especially if someone is trying to defame or if someone is trying to disrespect someone else or just blatantly break TOS. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Numi, for an amazing piece. I think this was absolutely the correct call in regards to posting this on YouTube versus on stream. I think on stream it might devolve into a downward spiral. So I think this is the constructive way of doing it and drawing attention to the issue. And in reacting to it, I hope I can, in what parts of the algorithm that I hit, I hope that I can help raise awareness to an issue like this. And maybe, some people haven't come across this issue, and now they have the tools to deal with it. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll see you in the next one.